Hey, what's up? I'm Michael, and today I have another art supply update for you. This is a very, very unplanned art supply update, and this is also a business supply update. I recently have been contacted about creating some custom cards and for Valentine's Day and other things. So I went out and I said, I'm going to look at some of the tools that are used, and lo and behold, there's a clearance sale. So tax money uh, can be put to good use on clearance sales sometimes. So for business purposes, I picked up a new ink pad because I'm sure that mine is either dry or will be very soon. So I got that. I got a stamp. I think it was $1.50, or $1.27. But with this stamp, I can take, in my ink pad and all, and I can press it down. And what I can do is in here, I can sign it, I can write, I can make something out of this on the back, and have it to my advantage. Now, I actually have some other stamps that this would go good with that says one of a kind, handmade, made with love by, and stuff like that. My grandmother bought me several stamps before she passed away, and I was like, I ain't never going to need those stamps. I'm a guy. I'll never be into that stuff. But you know what? I have been using those stamps ever since she got them for me. And if I ever sell a piece of artwork, right, especially if I have a commission, uh, if it's a thick enough piece of paper, especially, or like a custom bookmark or something, I put that stamp on there and I sign my name on that back part, and I am very proud of that. So, uh, we got us a stamp and a stamp block. I picked up a small package. Now, I wanted these, and the other day I made something sort of like these out of stencil brushes. I cut the stencil brushes halfway off and then a quarter of the way up, or 3/4 of the way off. And they're round. These are flat scrubber brushes, and they're for oil. They are for watercolor and acrylic, and they are for actually getting in there and actually scrubbing your paper a little bit to lift stuff up from it. The only thing is, and I've noticed this with a lot of Master's Touch products, the ferrules on some of their paintbrushes are just not attached 100% sturdy. I think this one is fine. It's very lightly wobbly, but besides that, they're fine. Now, this pack had a large, a sort of a small, and then an extra small in it. There's another pack with 3 of them almost exactly the size, just barely a size difference in them. So I wanted to get this one though, and I'm going to use this along with all of the other stuff to try to advance my watercolor. Now, you don't have to have a million brushes like I do. You don't have to have every other brush there is out there to do watercolor or paint anything. All you need is one brush, and you can figure out how to do everything with it, even if it takes meticulous strokes to perfectly get it or something. You can figure out how to do it. Another thing on clearance I got, they had these envelope stencils, and there's one for a gift card, a small or a small card, and then a large card. So this is the mini envelope gift card for 2.625 by 3.625. If anybody wants to know the dimensions of this or whatever, just let me know if you need to know anything about these or how to make the envelopes. I'll get to more with this thing back here, but you can see that it's the same thing over and over. And one thing, I think these were on clearance because honestly, some of the edges look a little bit wonky right in here. But you just sort of trace this on your paper, and then you trace down the lines here, and you could actually use this directly on your board like this, and I'll get to this board in just a second. But yeah. So another thing I got was just at Walmart. I went and I picked up a pack of red cardstock, different reds. I wanted to buy it while I was at Hobby Lobby. They usually have huge packs of every single color you can imagine. They had white and beige cardstock, and that was all. They had a multicolor pack, but they were really small. There was nothing big, and I usually get them not in sizes like this, but I get them in sizes that are like I said, not like the 12 by 12, but that are standard 9 by 12 or something like that, or 8.5 by 11. And I mean, I don't need them bigger than that for making the card itself. So I feel like with this, I'm going to have to figure out how to divide this up in certain ways or something to make my cards the best and minimize the use of paper. But so I did pick that up. But then I saw this, and this is what I got to use my very special Hobby Lobby discount on. So it was a lot cheaper than the list price. If you want these and you're not going to pick them, like you don't care if you order something. I like to give brick and mortar stores my business. I don't like ordering online if I can help it. I really don't. I like to keep stores in business. I like to help stores out and help people have a job. So I will say these things though, order them online. They're about half the price online. So they're actually, it evens out with the 40% coupon. It's about the same price. The We Are Memory Keepers. This one is the EK Tools. And their stuff is not nearly as sturdy as the We Are Memory Keepers. I'll be honest with that. But this was $10 cheaper, and it actually fit my needs, whereas they did not have one from that brand that done the same exact thing that I wanted. I needed a scoring board, and this one, it has a bone folder, plus right here on the back, it has this little thing you can pop out, and it fits in the groove, so I can actually move it over if I want to or whatever. But it fits in the groove, and I can put my paper up against it, like so, and then I believe wherever I pick to do it at, I can come down and actually score the paper right on that or whatever. So you got to hold this in tight or that's going to slip up under it. So like for this one, I would score it I can move it over to about right there, and then I could see exactly one of those that I could score it on. So what I'll do is I'll draw my template out if I need to. Let me show you one of the bigger ones. It might make more sense that way. And plus, yeah. Alright, it sort of fits in there. I would score this wherever I need to by doing this. And it has instructions on doing this, but this is for making envelopes as well. And you just pick basically where you want to make your envelope and all of that. And if you have a really big piece of paper and it won't fit across this, I believe you can take this and move it over to where you could get that to where it would actually fit across there. So it probably wouldn't be that if it was diagonal. I tell you what,